push me and nag me, you just let me know about stuff. Do you want me to go in depth about it?
If you want to.
Like with pointing out that I'm well, I'm not depressed anymore, but pointing out that I was depressed.
You didn't believe me.
I didn't believe you.
But you were.
I was just going through the motions of doing everything. But now...
depressed.
But now that I actually have a job coming up.
Things to look forward to. Being productive. Being productive
besides being the housewife that I am.
And the stepmother.
And the sex slave, all those things. So now that I have things to look forward to aside from that, I'm very motivated about like my health and everything that I need to get motivated about. Like health and my finances again and everything like that. And writing and reading and drinking old fashions, like the stuff that made me feel alive. Mm-hmm. Because I was just going day by day. I still go day by day, but...
Yeah.
But you didn't push me and be like, you need to do something about this depression. You were just, I think you're depressed. And then I'd be like, no, I just... But...
Well, because it's not my place to tell you what to do or to tell you to go do something about it. I can only point out what I can see. And the rest is up to you because I can't take the actions for you. Nor can I push you into it because if you're not ready to do it, you're just going to get frustrated with me.
Well, with me, like, I guess that's how we know the differences in each other because I'm like, I think that you're depressed. I think you need to do something about it. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I say, like, do you need to go to counseling? And then I'm like, no, because the counselor already told you you're doing everything that you need to do.
It's true. She did.
So...
I do take care of myself.
So I'm thankful for all those hoes, all our friends, and you.
Okay, so what is your biggest win this year?
Getting a job, finally.
It's a big deal. My biggest win is being able to take care of my kids appropriately and financially. This job that I have, even though it's hard, and I have to travel, and
Is the traveling the hard part?
The long days are the hard part. Sitting in a cubicle all day is a hard part. I hate that. Working in this big office building with a whole shit ton of other people, I hate that. But the work is good. I'm intrigued. I'm interested. I'm constantly learning and growing and being better. They push me to do things that are outside of my box that I enjoy. And financially, they pay me a good amount. And the biggest deal for me, which is something that I've never been able to provide for my family, is that I can get insurance for my kids at a reasonable price. And I can provide that for my kids that I've never done before. One of the reasons I got married to Jesse is to get insurance. Well, there's a lot of reasons why I got married to Jesse, but that was one of them. And now I can provide that on my own. And that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. And I can provide the insurance that I wanted. It wasn't even, oh yeah, this is the insurance that they offer. This is the one I'm going to take. It was, this is the one that I wanted in the first place. I wanted an HSA. It makes more sense for my life, for the way I spend money. It makes sense to have a savings account that I can't touch for anything but health. So if I need to go do a copay at the doctor, I have the money. No matter what, I have the money. Yeah. And I love that I have an HSA now, and that I can take care of my kids with it.
And you have an HOA and an HO.
So, that was my biggest win this year. Getting the job and getting the health insurance.
I am very happy with the old-fashioned.
I'm happy with it too. So what did you read, watch, listen to that made the most impact on you this year?
Could it be conversations?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was his name? Jones Darnell? Jones? No, that's a band. The guy from the unemployment office that I had to go see.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember what his name was.
Oh, my God. What was his name? Oh.
But he did make a big influence on you.
He did. And he told me I need to fucking go and get a... I need to go and talk to the Small Business Association and look into that information. And I think I still should.
I think you still should.
Well, we're actually planning on doing something already.
Something new. But I think something that'll be of value to this community. Doesn't matter what his name is, Tisa.
I am interested in finding his name.
I know, but it's a small detail and we're...
No, what's the next question then? Oh, wait, that was him. He was the impact.
He was the biggest impact on you? Okay.
Shit, he almost made me start believing in God again. Come on.
That's true. So my biggest impact this year is a podcast called Hysteria. And it is a feminist podcast. Hosted by, let's see, there's a lady named Alyssa Mastromonaco. She wrote a book. She used to be President Obama's chief of staff in the White House. Mm-hmm. And she's pretty phenomenal. And she talks with the host, and they have a talk about, like, politics and abortion and women's rights and everything. And then they have another longer talk with a bunch of other people with the host, and they talk about different topics that affect women in America. And I have learned so incredibly much from this podcast, and I have learned that I don't know anything about women's rights and what it means to be a woman and what it means to be able to do the things that I can do today that I take for granted. And some of the things they say are things that I'm like Gloria Steinem was on the podcast not too long ago, and some of the things that she was saying, I'm like, I gotta look this up. I gotta do something.
You were insane about it that day.
I was, and I still feel insane about it because I want to know more. I want to know if she's right. I want to know these things, and it really ignited a passion in me that I didn't even know was there.
I do apologize for the ice chewing, but I got a really strong drink of that fucking whiskey.
So I just want... Oh, I'm out. So I feel like I really want to go back to school. I really want to go back to school for some of the things we were talking about.
Yeah, we have a secret plan that we can't tell anybody until we figure it out.
But I want to study women's rights so bad. Women's rights and political studies. Political science.
Do we want to even do what we were talking about then?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think both of them will help.
Okay.
But social work, I want to go to school and learn more about social work and sociology and all of that. Mm-hmm. I just want to go back to school. I think.
I read my memories from like 10 years ago. Well, 10 years ago, I graduated from college with my associates on December 22nd. I believe it was the 22nd. In 2009, I got my associates. And I loved going to school, but also, like, I loved going to school because I enjoyed learning. And I would have been a lifetime student, but the thing is that I had to graduate and go to university now. Mm-hmm. So now I know I want to get my bachelor's, and I'm just deciding what 2 core things I want to do.
Alyssa Mastromonaco really inspired me to want to go into political science. What she had to say about it was...
I want to help people.
I do too.
I guess that guy's... What was his name?
It's okay.
Because he would say his name a lot too.
Yeah.
And then praise the Lord a lot during our meetings. But anyhow. Meetings with him, those just 2 meetings. The first one was the very one where he could just read me. And he made me cry. Like, I got on the phone with him. Wasn't I crying when I called him?
Yeah, you were upset.
I wasn't upset.
No, you're not upset.
It wasn't being upset.
It wasn't like sad upset. It was like, this has really changed the way I think about things and I view things, and I want to tell you all about it.
I should look it up in your messenger. Next question.
What did you worry about most and how did it turn out?
I don't feel like I really worried about much.
You don't worry about much at all.
But I'm starting to worry about money.
Me too. I
is
have worried
that your
about money
is
since
that your
June.
That's what your worry is?
No.
The thing that I'm worrying about now is money.
I spent 6 months obsessing over whether or not to leave this job. Obsessing.
This job? The new one?
The job that I had before.
Okay.
I had 6 months where that's all I thought about was whether or not to leave. So, yes, I'm worried about money. Yes, I can do better. Yes, I need a big windfall. Yes, all of these things are concerns in my head right now. But what I worried about most was what I did in June. And that was a big deal. And that changed my life. And that turned my world upside down more than anything else.
Let's go to the next question.
All right, the next question is, what is your biggest regret and why?
I don't have regrets.
I guess my regret is having regret and having shame and having to go walk through all these feelings and trying to get to the other side of that. And I'm really working on that. Working on not feeling so much shame and regret for the decisions that I made.
You're still feeling?
Oh, yeah. All the time. And I'm having to work through it all the time. I'm feeling better. And I'm working through it faster. But it's still there. It hasn't gone away yet because I haven't worked through it yet. I'm not done. It's slow. It's a slow process.
I'm just shocked that you're still feeling that way.
Every time she talks to me. Every time my kids go do something over there.
Let me see.
But I'm trying to work through it. And I don't regret that I did what I did.
Mm-hmm.
But the after effect is guilt and shame. And I'm trying to walk through that because there's nothing I should feel guilty about. There's nothing I should be ashamed of.
Kayla? I don't think there's any water in there, do you?
There's water.
It doesn't sound like it.
I checked it tonight.
Okay, so you are still having guilt and shame over leaving, but you don't regret it.
No.
But you just said you had regret.
Well, regret is like a car. And shame and guilt are passengers in said car of regret. And so if I'm having the passengers, I'm also in the car of regret with the passengers. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So when it's trying to get out of the car, that I'm having a hard time with. Even though I don't want to be in the car. I'm just trying to walk away. If that made any sense at all. All right. What's the one thing that changed about yourself?
I quit smoking.
You did quit smoking. That was a big deal.
I've been saying for 5 years that I was going to quit smoking.
And you did it.
And I did it because I got deathly sick. But I still quit because I still smell cigarettes. And I'm like, ooh, they smell good sometimes. And then sometimes I'm like, ew, they smell disgusting. I'm glad I quit. But either way, I'm happy that I quit. I wish I would have known that guy's name. I'll ask Jerry later.
Why are you obsessing over some dude's name?
Can't I have feelings?
You can have feelings.
And thoughts. And
I know exactly who you're talking about because you talked about him a lot.
Yeah. I just want to remember his name, that's all. Can a Folio remember somebody's name?
Oh my God, yes.
Why you think that I'm in love with him?
I hope.
Sorry, he has a wife. They've been married
and
for
he's
a very,
old and
very,
super
very
Christian.
long time.
No. You wouldn't be in love with him.
I'm in love with you.